So today we're going to be making a chicken Caesar salad wrap, and then we're also going to be making buffalo chips. And the way I'm going to make the buffalo chips is I'm going to fry them in oil again. So right now I'm going to boil my potatoes for about 20 minutes or so. So when that's done, we'll then take it out, dry it, and then we'll start frying them from there. I'm not too worried about the chicken Caesar wrap today. It's kind of self-explanatory and easy, but I'll show you how to do that as well. These are done boiling now. So what we're going to do is dump them out, and then we're going to lay them on a pan so we can dry them off to make sure they're dry. So by the time we go to fry them, they're still not wet. Getting them all the way dry will make them really crispy, and that's the reason we're actually boiling them before, is to make them extra crispy. You could do it just where you cut them into like the circles like they are now and not fry it, but they'd probably be a little bit soggier. But since these are done, we are going to dump this out and then go ahead and lay them out to dry them up. Alrighty, so we took them out, we dried them all off, so they should be ready to go. So what the plan is to fry these, take them out, let them sit for a few minutes, kind of get the grease and stuff off, and then I actually want to put cheese on them to make it like crispy potato buffalo chips. So we'll do that. I've never fried these before, like I said, so we'll see how it kind of turns out. I'm not exactly sure. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. So we'll measure this out. About a half. We'll go ahead and turn this on to start heating the oil. Turn it right at. Should be good to go. So I guess I'll start placing these in and see. Maybe the oil wasn't good to go. It is pretty hot though. So we'll start putting these in. Alright, I'm gonna stop right there and kind of let these start to cook. Maybe about 2 minutes per side, 1.5 minutes, and then we'll maybe start flipping them depending on how it looks. I typically cook these in my air fryer or in the oven. The air fryer, it tends to burn them a little bit more around the edges and not really cook the center. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I actually need to flip them since oil is covering the top of them. It should be cooking it both ways. That would be, in my mind, the same as if you put it in a fryer and put them down and let them cook in there like that. I could be wrong, but I don't think I really necessarily need to flip them. So what I'm going to do now is take these out and let them sit. And I'll kind of pat them dry. And then while the other ones are cooking, and then I'm going to take the other batch out and put these back in to brown them and crisp them up for the final one. So I think you're supposed to cook these for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then take them out so they can rest. And then you're supposed to put them back in to fry them again for like the final 2 to 3 minutes to crisp them up and get like that brown kind of texture on them. So I'm gonna let these rest. I kind of get these little chunks that kind of fell, but I'm gonna put these right here. And let's start throwing these in. Careful for the oil. Napkin sit over it. I'm gonna keep an eye on these. Since the oil is really hot right now, it might be a little less than 4 minutes, but we'll see. And then I'll move these back onto this tray and then throw that first batch back in. So we'll kind of keep an eye on these right now. Alrighty, so these have been in for about 5 minutes. Like you can tell, this one looks pretty good. So once again, I'm gonna actually just take these out, put a paper towel over them, get grease off of them, let them sit here while that first batch cooks again. So I'm gonna start just kind of taking all these out. Alrighty, so those are out, and we'll go back to the first batch. And I don't know if you can really tell, but you can feel that they are kind of crispening up and getting that brown. And so now this is where we will throw them back in. It said 2 minutes. I might go a little bit longer depending on the look. So let's see after 2 minutes is done, kind of where they're at. But I don't want to overdo them either, since they are going to go in the oven to melt the cheese. So I don't kind of want to overdo it right here. So you can definitely tell that they are getting that nice brown crisp on them. I'll probably let them sit in here for about another 30-ish seconds to start taking them out. And then we'll cover them and then throw the second ones in that have been sitting out and drying. Oh, so you can kind of see what they look like. They're definitely crisping up. So I'll put this over them and get like the grease off in a second. I'm gonna start putting these ones back in and kind of separate them up. So I kind of just toss them all in. All right, give it about 2 minutes and we'll check back in. Shake. 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 Bowser, shake. Sit. Shake. Give me your paw. Toad, sit. Toad, sit. Shake. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. All right, so these are getting to that point where they're getting browned and crisp. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out so we don't overdo it. So I'll start grabbing all of these and I'll put them on the same plate, because then I'm gonna move them over to a cooking sheet to throw cheese on it and put seasoning on it as well, to make them cheesy buffalo chips. And then I'll eat these with blue cheese. I'm not a huge fan of ranch. So this pan might be a little bit too big, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and season these up. So I got some garlic powder that I'll throw on. Throw some pepper. I'm gonna wait on the salt real quick and throw some cheese up there. Alright, and I'm going to do a little bit of salt on top. I do my salt that way because I cut the hole open a little bit too much and a lot of salt comes out. I already preheat my oven to 400 because I was cooking vegetables. So I'll throw it in at 400 and kind of just keep an eye on it until the cheese gets to where I like. That's more of a preference. And then we'll move on to the chicken Caesar wrap salad in here that I want. I got my chicken right here. This is actually from a rotisserie chicken, which is really easy then to make chicken Caesar salad, chicken Caesar wrap, really anything with chicken you want. It's already cooked, so you just shred it and do however much. So I'm gonna add everything into this bowl, mix it all up, get all the seasoning and everything in there, and then put it into the wrap, instead of putting it into the wrap and then adding it on that way. So I'll dump the chicken in. I'm gonna do some breadcrumbs as well, instead of like croutons, I guess. So I'll put some breadcrumbs in there. I'll go ahead and throw some Parmesan on top. Alrighty, and then I will throw, of course, some Caesar dressing up there. Alright, now let's mix this up. You can also get a fork and do it. I'm just going to do it this way so all the dressing and breadcrumbs actually get mixed well. You could put like a lid on this or put foil or anything and do it that way. This is the easiest way. And I might have too much here for the, I thought we had bigger tortilla shells, but we don't. So I might actually have too much for this. And don't forget about your buffalo chips. So mine are just about done to the brownness of cheese that I like. We'll come back, dump some of this in here. And if I do have, yeah, that's definitely way too much, but I can just eat it as a chicken Caesar salad. So, I mean, it's not really going to waste anywhere. So we'll put that right there. I don't even know if I'll be able to fold this. All right, so I don't know how to fold a burrito either. So I think you fold it in. And then we'll start folding it this way. Oh wait, I think you have to fold the top in also. I think I just have way too much, so we're gonna take some of this out. Go ahead and fold this in. And then let's wrap. Alright, well, not the prettiest, but it gets the job done. And so like I said, this will just be used for a chicken Caesar salad, or I could make it into another wrap and save it for lunch tomorrow. Either or. What you could do from here is, if you have like an air fryer, you could even do it, I guess, in a pan or something, just to brown the tortilla up a little bit. I'm not going to do that. I'll eat it kind of as is. But yeah, that's kind of how to also do a chicken Caesar wrap. I mean, pretty self-explanatory for that, pretty simple. Alright, so I don't know how well you can tell, but this is how the cheese came out on the buffalo chips. So I'll let this sit here for about 2-3 minutes, let it cool down, kind of harden up. And then I'll take this out and put it on a plate. Instead of taking the whole cooking sheet. I actually tried one before I had the cheese on it, and it was actually really good. It reminded me more of a potato chip versus a buffalo chip. I guess you could cut them thicker. I just cut mine thinner than I guess I should have if I wanted more of a buffalo chip. But yeah, that's how it looks. I guess if you have the patience to cook buffalo chips, it is a better tasting method, and it comes out texture wise a lot better than it would an air fryer versus your oven. But I guess you should have the patience and time to really do it and take your time to do it, because obviously throwing it in your air fryer oven, you just throw it in and forget about it. You could shake it and mix it every once in a while, where this you kind of have to stand over it and watch it. And then for the chicken Caesar wrap, I mean, it's just something really simple to make. Like I said, if you have extra, you can make it into a salad for the next day. It's a healthier option as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.